All right, we're here to do a King series energy check-in. So we will do a check-in on the connections within the King series. We'll do character check-ins, and then we'll see where we go from there. So let's just do a general check-in on the King series at this time. Let's see where it takes us. Okay, so general check-in. We have the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the Two of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Lovers in reverse. Okay. All right. So, Seven of Cups. Showing up here is the King of Wands. Okay. The Eight of Wands, the Six of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Cups in reverse. So I feel like this is King energy, obviously, with the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag. Showing up here, feeling a little confused, I think, about how something failed, how they weren't able to achieve something. There's something about how if they had done it again or redone something, would it have turned out differently? There's a lot of confusion on why something did not work out the way they wanted. What is the Seven of Swords in reverse? Yeah, I think this is yeah, it's going to be it looks like it's King energy for this check-in. So I think this is a king that is kind of feeling like they could have done better. They should have done better. They should have put in the work. There's something about how their actions were not enough. I think they feel like they did not take enough of a risk. Like they chose to stay close to home in some way. Like they chose to maybe not move out of a comfort zone or just choose the safe route in some way. And there's something about how it feels like they feel like they cheated themselves out of something that could have been successful. What is the Two of Wands in reverse? There's that Two of Cups. King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So this king is showing up kind of feeling like this is obviously the energy of a king that feels like they should have done better. If they had really wanted something, why didn't they show up for it? If this was something they felt that was, you know, something that they either felt was for them or they felt was them in some way, like why didn't they show up for it? Why didn't they push through the difficulty? You know, maybe they're thinking they could have planned better, they could have done better, they could have decided better. It's like how come they didn't fight for something is what I'm getting. So they feel there's like a, and there's that King of Pentacles, they feel a disappointment here within themselves in this situation. I feel like they feel like I should have done better. So it looks like we're just checking in on this king at this time, but we're going to get into each of the characters. So what is going on here for this king? What else do we need to know about their situation? There's that divine masculine energy, karmic energy. Yeah, you know, I feel like this is a king that's thinking, if only I had completed the lesson, if I had only learned my lesson, if I had handled this situation better and learned from the lessons, if I had stepped up in my power, then maybe I'd be done. Maybe I would have achieved something. Maybe I would have been able to kind of keep some kind of promise, and then I would have been able to maybe achieve something or get a reward, honestly, is what I'm getting. It's like, I feel like this is a king that's thinking, if I had done the right action, I could have gotten what I wanted. Um, I think this is a king that needs to realize, though, that everything that happens is happening for a reason. And if they did not allow themselves to be done with something, probably because it wasn't meant to be done with yet, um, that somehow the situation they're in, everything is leading up to the eventuality that it will have. But if something hasn't completed, and if it hasn't cycled out yet, they're still needing to learn something from that. Even if they feel it's their own doing, even if they feel like they could have acted better, they could have stepped up, or they could have done better, it just means that all of that energy, it's going to make them realize something at the appropriate time, and then it's really that time to actually step up and do better, right? It might not just have been in the time that this king is thinking about. Okay, so I feel a strong disappointment in their energy, but that's just really, it seems like that's how it's really coming out right now. um, so we're going to go into each character. We're going to, we actually already covered the king here with this check-in. We're going to go into the Queen of Pentacles and see what their energy is at this time. Queen of Pentacles. Wow, there's that King of Wands under the Queen of Pentacles energy, right? Okay. King of Wands under the Queen of Pentacles energy. Why is that? What is this Five of Swords in reverse? And there's the Queen of Pentacles showing up in their reading. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles, it's like they are also confused, but in a way where they feel like they can't trust themselves. I feel like in a Five of Swords energy, they're really conflicted. There's something about how they should have just let something go and they didn't. It's like they might have felt like they pushed the situation too far, or they pushed a person, maybe this king, too far. Feels like they feel like they should have been more understanding, patient, nurturing, and they didn't necessarily go with that. Instead, they might have challenged this king or their connection or the situation, and now they're kind of looking like they're fearful about that. What is this King of Wands energy and this Queen of Pentacles energy? I think this is a Queen of Pentacles that can feel this King of Wands starting to rethink either their life, their choices. I feel like whatever energy the king is in, it is being highly felt by this Queen of Pentacles, and what they get from this king is this king feels like they've chosen the wrong path, that their life is a disaster, or their life is not what it should be. It's like they can feel this king rethinking their life. Ace of Pentacles. This Queen of Pentacles, there's the Empress card. This Queen of Pentacles is starting to feel like, did I mess something up? Right? Like everything was great. Why did I have to go and do something? Why did I have to... So I feel like this is just a current circumstance. I feel like this is what this Queen of Pentacles is feeling right now. Maybe they had an argument with this king. Maybe they challenged this king in some way. And then it kind of... It's like they pushed something too far. I feel like this Queen of Pentacles is thinking, I should have just been content. I should have just been okay. Everything was great. What did I do? Why did I have to go and do that? Like, they could have, with that Nine of Pentacles in reverse, they might have done something that either challenged this king or made this king question them. This Queen of Pentacles might have felt like they were tough enough to do what they had done here, but now they're kind of suffering from that because they can see this king is now looking at them and rethinking a lot of things. So I feel like this is a Queen of Pentacles that's really feeling like they messed up, um, feeling like they overstepped or something. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for this Queen of Pentacles. Let's get more energy for this Queen of Pentacles. Let's see what is going on with this Queen of Pentacles. I think whatever this queen did in the current time, in the past, maybe they'd already done that and it wasn't a big deal. But because circumstances are different now, it is a big deal. They could have, I think this Queen of Pentacles, I think they were relying on something that they thought they could still rely on, whether that's the connection between them and the king, or their chemistry, or lightheartedness. I don't know. It could be as simple as they made this joke that came off wrong, or they did something where they tried to prove or assert themselves in some way and it came off wrong. It just feels like there's something they did that now they're really thinking, I shouldn't have done that. They could have brought something up that really made this king question them. I'm getting one scenario here. Potentially, for some of you, this is a Queen of Pentacles that may have felt like they could joke around about having stepped out, or about how they could step out. Like, if there's something about how they felt like it's okay for them to make some kind of joke about them stepping out of the connection. And maybe in the past, that would have been something they laughed about, but in the current energy, that is not something that they laugh about. Particularly for this king, they look at this Queen of Pentacles and think, well, what do you mean by that joke? That's just one scenario for some of you. But definitely there's something here that this queen did that in the past was okay, is not okay now. And they're really thinking, I should not have done that. So that's the general energy of this Queen of Pentacles at this time. Let's go ahead and look at the Queen of Cups. Okay, Queen of Cups. Let's see what is happening for the Queen of Cups. High Priestess in reverse, Six of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Cups. So High Priestess in reverse. For this Queen of Cups, I feel like they're shutting down, or they're shutting something off. It's like they want to be left alone or something. It feels like, I don't know if this is a Queen of Cups that feels tired listening to, I don't know, is it God? Is it Spirit? Is it Universe? I feel like this is a Queen of Cups that's like tired. Like they feel like, I want peace. I don't want to think about that. It feels like they want to be left alone. That's really the energy I'm getting here. I'm not getting distrust or anything, but I'm definitely seeing a Queen of Cups that feels like, I already know that. I don't want to know it anymore. That's what I'm hearing. What is the Six of Pentacles in reverse? Okay, what do we have? Six of Pentacles in reverse for this Queen of Cups. It's like they're in a debate with themselves, or they're challenging or countering themselves. I feel like this is a Queen of Cups that is, it's like they're in this energy of feeling like, why do they have to do something? Why do they have to be this? Why do they have to do that? I kind of feel like they feel like it's unfair that they have to be the one to assert something, or do something, or maybe understand something. There's something about how they could be feeling like pressured or guided. It's like a guided pressure to understand a situation, and they don't want to. It feels like a Queen of Cups that feels like, if this is something that's meant for me, then it's going to be for me, and it should come towards me. and I don't want to think about this, and I don't want to have to understand anything. So I feel like it's a Queen of Cups that's kind of having that discussion with themselves. What is this Knight of Cups energy? Yeah, I'm getting a sense of, yeah, a loss of patience. Like, I don't want to keep understanding a situation. I'm done with it. It's like they're tired of it. It's like they're tired of having to be understanding, patient. Um, it feels like they are having a realization that they also deserve for something to come towards them, and that they don't always have to be the one to understand a situation when it's not happening in their favor. I feel like it's a Queen of Cups that has grown impatient of being patient. They could be feeling like, why is it always me? Why is it always me that has to understand? I really feel like a Queen of Cups wants to be done. Like, they just want to be done. They want to wash their hands. They want to be rid of something here. Um, that seems to be the energy they're carrying. Let's go ahead and check in more for this Queen of Cups. Yeah, there's that Divine Feminine energy card. So I feel like this is a Queen of Cups that I think deep down they still have a strong desire, but it's like they're also just in denial. True, it feels like they're also just in denial. They don't want to really, they don't want to feel, if they're feeling anything, they don't want to feel it. And I think it's like they want to shut their eyes and it's all gone, it's all done. It feels like they would feel like it's a relief if they could be done with something here. I think this is a Queen of Cups that could be focused on obligations. Maybe they are providing financial support. Maybe they have a child. It's like that's where their attention is, and that's all they care about right now. And I feel like they don't want to pretend anymore. So I feel like this is a Queen of Cups that actually is not on social media a lot. I feel like they don't have a pressure to have to prove something to other people. They could have been very accessible in the past. They're not now, from what I'm getting. I think it's hard to contact or connect or communicate with this Queen of Cups. I feel like they're so focused on their life and their obligations, and I think they keep to themselves. I feel like this is a Queen of Cups that would rather be by themselves than be with other people, and they would rather write or journal or do something in that nature than have to talk to other people. It's like they don't want to be around people, is what I'm getting from this Queen of Cups. Um, this is a Queen of Cups that probably has ascended or awakened. Um, but I feel right now in their journey, they are just tired. They're tired of a situation. They're tired of this king. They're tired of this series. um, it feels like they don't want to have anything to do with it. But I think with that desire card and denial card, deep down they probably still have a lot of passion and desire for it, but they're just tired of the situation. That's how it seems to come off. That's interesting. I want to check in further. Let's just tap in a little bit more. Oh, come on. Just a sec. Okay. So let's do King, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, right? King, King, Queen of Pentacles, oof, so much energy for the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Cups, For this king, they are heavily reminiscing. They are heavily nostalgic, in separation from this Queen of Cups, I believe. And I feel like it's not enough, um, to just think about this Queen of Cups. I think they miss this Queen of Cups a lot. I think they I think this is a king that likes to close their eyes and either remember or reminisce something. I think I think they do that a lot. I think they're creating conversation and trying to be nonchalant, but they're really trying to find something out. I think this is a king that's very curious about the Queen of Cups and what they're doing, and they're trying to figure out what's happening with this Queen of Cups, but they're trying to come off in a nonchalant way. Feels like they're trying to discover something through friends probably, but it just comes off very casual, like it sounds like it's in passing or something, but it's not. It was intentional. I think this king misses this Queen of Cups so much that they're willing to go to that length, just to find something out. But again, there's a sense of wanting to make it seem like it's casual, it's nothing. So that's just something I'm picking up from this king. For the Queen of Pentacles, again, I do feel this Queen of Pentacles may have been trying to engage this king in a way where it's friendly banter, um, like funny conversation, funny moment type thing, and I think it backfired. I think this is a Queen of Pentacle that they wanted to make it light, whatever. I mean, it's like they wanted to engage with this king and then tried to play it off in a very humorous or very like friendly way, but it did not happen that way. I think this Queen of Pentacles misses the either the humor or the fun. There's just something about like the dynamic that they had with this king in the past where it was light, it was funny, it was great. It's like they're feeling very nostalgic about that, and they might have said something like I said in the Queen of Pentacles part, you know, they might have said something or done something that they thought was a funny thing that may have been funny before, but it's not. And I don't really know if what they've done or said is offensive, but to this king, that's how they played it off. And I don't know if this king is just doing that because, they just want they just kind of want to do that to this Queen of Pentacles. Like they don't want to give this Queen of Pentacles the wrong idea that everything is okay. Like I don't know. It just feels I feel a little sorry for the Queen of Pentacles, to be honest, because I feel like their effort was to try to just bring some kind of light, fun energy back into the connection, and then it turned out the way that it did. Um, I think for this Queen of Cups, like I said, I think this Queen of Cups feels like this. They're just tired of this situation. Um, I feel like actually this Queen of Cups would like a conversation with this King. Because love call, coffee cup talking, all of that with the desire card there, it just tells me that that's actually what they still really want. But because probably nothing is happening, that's why this queen kind of wants to be rid of this. They could be feeling betrayed in a way, because they could be feeling like, I want to talk to you, I want to talk to you, I want to see you, I want to know how you are. Like I desire that very much, but you don't. And it feels like this Queen of Cups could be feeling stabbed in the back, literally. And I think they feel like they have tried to understand and they have tried to be patient, but they're just done with that. So, two things can be true, right? They could be very frustrated and not want to have anything to do with this king, but at the same time, still actually very much want to have a connection with this king, right? Um, that seems to be the Queen of Cups energy. Hmm. Um, I'm thinking. Kind of want to see where. Okay, let's to close this off, this reading. Let's see where the connections. What is the potential future, or what's the energy for the connection? So I'll do King and Queen of Pentacles, then King and Queen of Cups. to King and Queen of Pentacles. King and Queen of Cups. It's funny that came out there. Okay, I'll go into it. King and Queen of Cups. Oh, okay. Yeah, King and Queen of Cups separation. We've got that. Okay, I want to say for the King and Queen of Pentacles, you know, there is something about how, obviously, the King and Queen of Pentacles deserve love. Is it necessarily with each other? Maybe not anymore, but they both deserve love. And I feel like this Queen of Pentacles should also know they do deserve love, okay? And they had true love. Probably that it was a love of a lifetime, whatever they shared. But I don't think that's the case anymore. I think with the unrequited love, it's kind of saying there's not enough to keep the relationship going. Whatever true love, you know, that had been experienced or transpired, that's not where they are at. And I think honestly the guidance is saying that this King and Queen of Pentacles need to sit down, have an honest conversation about their feelings, and really get down to where they are both at in this connection. I mean, that's the strong encouragement. And also to, I don't know, assure themselves, each other, that they both deserve love, but maybe their situation, their connection is not where it needs to be for that to really be a possibility, at least towards each other. There's just something about it not being enough, that it can't, this relationship can't keep going anymore the way that it has. For this King and Queen of Cups, again, their connection seems to be very spiritual, I guess. There's something about how they have such a natural knowing of the other person. There's something about past life, you know, maybe they feel so comfortable with each other and then not really know why. Obviously, soulmate energy, right? They are aligned in many ways because their souls are probably really connected, but they are in separation. And I think they are in separation because of their codependency, their tendency for codependency. It could be that this king needs to work on their codependency, and this Queen of Cups needed to work on their codependency, and that's why this separation is so strong. You know, it needed to happen. But I think the feelings here are still present. Obviously, for this king, they're showing that their feelings are present, but I think this Queen of Cups, I guess they are in a bit of denial, but it's not really denial. It's just they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to have anything to do with this anymore because they're just so damn tired. Um, but I mean, with the romantic feelings card, it kind of feels like, you know, feelings here are worth exploring. There's something in this connection, and that there's something that could grow from it. But again, being with how the situation is, this king, it's their move. It's not this queen's move. It's not this Queen of Cups' move. It's this king's move. And I think also that this Queen of Cups on some level is right to not want to deal with this, and to not want to have to be understanding and patient, because that prevents them from living their own life. It prevents them, you know, from exploring what they should for themselves, right? So I think to close this off, we're going to get guidance. I'm going to get guidance for this king first. What is this guidance this king needs? Okay, let's go. Go fear, forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong, explore your options. Let's take a look at, oh, let me get this deck. Okay, let's get guidance for the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Cups. It's funny. Trust. This is going to be common for both. So for this king, the guidance says here, let go of fear now. It says, Archangel Michael, please help me feel safe and deserving of your guidance. Thank you for clearing me of heavy, toxic, or ego-based thoughts or feelings. Then it says here, forgive yourself. You've done nothing wrong. I ask that you help me let go of self-blame and forgive myself. Please guide me in releasing any toxic anger or fear towards others. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for allowing me to feel centered and at peace. And at the bottom of the deck, we do have explore your options. It says, Dear God, thank you for your wisdom and love, helping me see, understand, and assess all of my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and life's purpose. So I really feel like the guidance for this king is that, they do need to let go of all the fears that they have. Whether that's the fear of, the connection with this Queen of Cups, whether it's the fear of, the potential outcome with this Queen of Pentacles, whatever it is that is holding this king back, they need to let that go. It does say they need to forgive themselves because obviously they are continuing in a situation they don't want to continue in, but out of obligation and also just a sense of doing what is right. you know I think it's like their penance, like that's how they're repenting, right? They do need to forgive themselves if they feel they've done wrong, which on some level they have. But they have options, and you need to know that you always have options, right? So, for the Queen of Pentacles, absolutely right that we have the self-love card, because this Queen of Pentacles really does need to work on their self-love. They are not defined by the connection with this king. They need to realize that. This Queen of Pentacles needs to realize that they have their own identity, that their life, although very much intertwined with this king and whatever they have built, it is still their life, and they can live their life even apart from this king if it came to that. I feel like they have attached themselves too much to this king, that they believe that they don't have a sense of self. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child, along to take care of myself like never before. Divine love. When you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. I think that at this point, this Queen of Pentacles is really forcing the connection with this king. And I think there's such an awareness of that. I think this Queen of Pentacles, shared a love with this king, definitely, built something from that love. But to force it so that it continues is not the best thing for this Queen of Pentacles as well. They need to realize that, if this love were meant to be in their life, then it would continue to be. But they have to also want it to be the healthiest version of the love they can have with this king. Now, for this Queen of Cups, signs, I do feel there's a frustration on this Queen of Cups side, because I think they keep getting signs and synchronicities about this king. I feel like this Queen of Cups is also tired of that. It feels like everywhere they turn, they go, they get reminded of this king, whether that is names or songs or numbers, whatever it is. It's like it's always in their face, and there's just a frustration with it. That's why they want to be rid of it. But you won't be rid of that. That's going to still continue, and probably because there's a reason and a meaning to it. It says here, instincts are the message from the inner divine. And it could be that this Queen of Cups is feeling like, what are you trying to tell me? Are you trying to force this connection on me, even if we're not together? What do you want from me? But it might not be that at all. These signs and synchronicities, although probably a reminder of this king, it could have its own meaning in itself. But maybe this Queen of Cups is always relating it to this king, I'm getting. I think they have to look at these signs and then look beyond this king and ask themselves, how does this resonate with me? What does this mean for me? What am I doing? What am I thinking in this moment that makes me catch this sign? And what do I need to learn from it? Okay. I think grounded is also a good card for this Queen of Cups. It says here, um, many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, disparity, and courage. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's an encouragement of of keeping themselves grounded. That they can also be grounded. Like they don't have to let themselves become unstable because I feel like this Queen of Cups is getting triggered by this connection, by the sign synchronicities. And I feel like this is an encouragement for this Queen of Cups, that they can keep themselves grounded. They can be the one to decide that this does not trigger them, that it doesn't cause instability. Like, but that requires more work on this Queen of Cups part to reach that level, right? That level of calm. Trust says, allow me, divine, to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. And I feel like both of these queens need to trust in the divine, that if things are working out the way that they are, they're being led in a certain direction for an outcome that is potentially the best for them. Was it meant to be easy? No, probably not. But is it worthwhile? For sure, right? So I feel like that's how all of this is coming out. I hope this King Series check-in was helpful, and I will see you guys again next week for Share Your Story.